Hello and welcome. We are here to share, discuss openly about the last new moon of the astrological calendar year. We are finishing up Pisces season with a new moon in Pisces taking place at 5 a.m., March 10th, 2024. So I'm reflecting over Pisces season. It rules over the 12th sign. So it's a dissolving, it's an ending, it's a combination of the other 11, or you could say 12 signs. So it's this melding and merging. And there's always a lower and a higher aspect in astrology, as you know that I share here. So there's always a low vibe, a high vibe. We have free will to choose that. We can utilize and plant seeds under the new moon. That is the time to plant new seeds. This is time for us to set our intentions to transcend the things that have ended, the outdated. And we got to really talk about the nodes of the moon that shifted into Aries south node in Libra, letting go, leaving behind, integrating things of the past, relationships of the past. Talked to a lot of people saying goodbye to relationships, codependent relationships, toxic relationships of the past. Perhaps even outgrowing. So Pisces energy is mutable water. The symbol or glyph for Pisces are the two fish, one swimming up, one swimming down. The other two water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, both have shells. The fish is more vulnerable, more compassionate, maybe, so to speak, more vulnerable to taking on the energies of other people, becoming the self-sacrificial lamb because you're so compassionate and you're able to put your feet into other people's shoes and to have empathy. But the importance of knowing the difference between self and others, healthy boundaries, again, always important for the water energy. But because this is a new moon, we're planting seeds of hopefully taking the high road of this Pisces energy, transcending spiritually, emotionally, being able to see the differences and the commonalities in others, to be able to have an honor and respect and reverence for. And as you know, we're going through many different shifts and changes. And what I've noticed through Pisces season that began February 19th, we're now closing this cycle when the sun will move into Aries, the beginning of the astrological true new year, the spring equinox, where where the daylight and the darkness will have equal balance. So getting lost with words, it's a little bit getting a little better now that Mercury, our planet of communication, our intellect, has moved into the fiery sign of Aries just the day prior to this new moon in Pisces. So we're getting a little bit more fire. Thank God. I was just saying to somebody tonight, a little bit of healthy anger is so good for me. I need a little bit of fire because all this Pisces energy has been opposing my sun in Virgo, right? What happens when we get taken under by the ocean of emotion? It can flood out your, like me being an earth sign sun, it can flood out your earth. It can put out a fire if there's too much water. So transcending things that we're letting go of in relationships is huge because those nodes. And before I go any farther into this, again, the dream state has been off the charts bizarre. The fluid feeling like you're foggy, sometimes not sure of the path you're taking forward, getting taken under by the waves of the ocean and the emotion. But I've been noticing a lot of fluid, feeling like I'm drowned out. Again, dream state has been off the charts, bizarro. And so maybe with a little bit of this Mercury energy finally going into fire, we can burn off some of that fogginess. We can burn off some of the feelings of feeling like we're taken under by the waves of the ocean, right? Maybe we can get a little bit into the calmness of the ocean where the waves are just carrying us, uplifting us, transcending us from the things that we have maybe been going through and ending, right? 12th sign, ending a cycle. And when there's one ending, there's always a beginning. So now's the time to plant the seed under this new moon in Pisces. Um, I know over the last few days, I've been feeling so much better, feeling a little more grounded, not drowned out, a little bit less of the fogginess. So the low vibe of Pisces energy can be self-sacrificial, getting lost in and allowing other people's energy to pull you under, being enabler. We got to go in the center, right? We got to find that equilibrium within us. So although the dream state has been very amped up, I still feel, I was just telling this to my doc today, like I still feel like I'm not getting all the way into that REM sleep. And then when I do, it's early in the morning. And if I do get into that REM sleep, I'm awakened by some bizarre ass dreams. So if you are feeling that, it's par course for Pisces season because it is very dreamy. It's the visionary. So don't get lost in the soup of the collective. I believe, people that are dear in my heart, I'm getting a lot more telepathic. So you may have noticed that Pisces rules over the feet. You may have been feeling like pain in your feet. You could have experienced muscle cramps in your feet. Again, always make sure that you're hydrating with electrolytes. But again, these things are more apt to surface. Like we may be feeling an intensity or soreness in our feet because symbolically we're lacking direction right now. It's easy to get lost in Pisces season and not sure because we're ending and we haven't quite stepped into the Aries season, the new year, literally the new year, where there's going to be a balancing out and we can start having a little bit more vision for the future. I was telling my friend tonight too, like struggling, like I know I've burnt the bridge behind me. I'm not looking back. I'm not getting pulled under by any waves of life. That life can happen, right? For all of us, it is happening. It keeps going and it keeps going whether we like it or not until we're done with our turn this time on the earth plane. So like the visionary, like this planting of the seed, where do I want to go now? Knowing what I want and deserve for myself, for yourself, but maybe not quite clear on the path that we're going to be taking forward. So I said to my friend tonight, like, I'm so done with the low vibes, the things that I needed to go overcome and transcend. I'm ready to cut, sever, tie things of the past. I already burned the fucking bridge, right? Symbolically, think about it in your life. Um, could be an old version of yourself, could be relationships again coming up hugely because of the nodal shift that we had last year. The nodes of the moon take about 18 months to cycle out of the signs that they're in. So I'm getting a little far ahead of myself. And something that you may have noticed, which I've definitely noticed within myself, is I'm just coming out of a time where I was wanting to be a little more quiet. And now that Mercury's gone into Aries, I'm like, okay, there you are. Like it's been stirring and brewing within me during the Pisces energy, but now I'm going to take the internalization, self reflection, and transcend that and bring it up and out. The low vibe of Pisces, and we got to really pay attention to this energy again. And this is a powerful new moon. On one side of the new moon, the sun, the moon, that's what happens when we have a new moon. There's Neptune, which is one of the rulers of Pisces. And then we have Saturn. So Neptune wants to expand, wants to be creative, wants to be the visionary. And then we have Saturn on the other side. Bring it to life, bring it forth in your body, bring it forward in your life physically. So very powerful. So before I go into any more, I would like to do some cards. I want to give thanks to Creator Source for our gather here today. If we get lost for words, let's laugh at it. Let's plant the seeds under this Pisces energy. What are you planting the seed? Have you set your intention? So wherever 21 degrees, well, 20 and some degrees, the Sabian symbol, you go to round up 21, but wherever 20 degrees of Pisces is in your astrological chart is going to show you where you may need to be planting the seed. For me, it's my fourth house, home, bringing the essence of spirituality, compassion. And that's always been very important for me in my home and creating that and setting the vision and having my little things that bring me peace and joy and 432 hertz music, my crystals. It don't have to be anything outside of you, but just creating that in my home, and being a peaceful, compassionate person. And that's huge. So I just want to give thanks to Spirit for any of the messages that come through for us today. Thank you again for the energy exchange of love here, for compassion here, for comments here, shares as well. And so let's get into some more energy for the Pisces energy, this new moon. I think we're going to go with the Mother Mary Oracle first. And we're just going to see what Mother Mary and her purity, she symbolizes compassion. So that was why I was drawn to first pull from the Mother Mary, Queen of Angels Oracle. There's a tension point too. I think if I can do it on my laptop here, I'm gonna bring up the chart real quick because I just want to show you the loaded part of the chart. Pardon me. What would Mother Mary like to share with the collective, the gather, for this Pisces new moon and the beginning of our new year? Letting go, starting fresh, having a vision for ourselves, and embodying that. Wow. Self-respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. Self-respect is huge. I've been talking about this ever since the nodes moved into Aries Libra. Letting go of people pleasing, being authentic, having respect and reverence for yourself, knowing that your body is a temple, having a self-respect and reverence for that, so that we're calling in the relationships. A lot of us right now on our path, on our healing journey, moving forward, stepping forward, a lot of us have been isolated. A lot of us have been ending relationships that were not equal and reciprocal, not healthy. And so When we start having a level of more of a self-respect for ourselves, we are going to literally vibrate out of anyone who is not wanting to be on that journey. The low vibe of Pisces energy is escapism. The low vibe of Pisces energy can be escaping from reality, deception, living in an illusion, not being genuine and self-respect to yourself, lying to yourself, alcoholism, pornography, social media, anything that causes you to escape out of the present moment. And man, I know this well with Neptune on my ascendant, my rising, that for the first 40 years of my life, I wasn't even in my body. I was escaping from my sensitivity. I used to have a major escape by drinking and over consuming alcohol. And I am so damn grateful that I have finally gotten present and had a respect for myself to get in my body. I've outgrown the alcohol, thank God. And I am now ready to do that and planting a seed with this Pisces new moon. What is it maybe that you're wanting to gain for self-respect for yourself? Maybe you're no longer saying yes when you want to say no. It could be as simple and easy as that. It could be you setting a boundary. And let me tell you, for anybody on the journey who is truly there for you, they won't have a problem with you saying no. They'll have a respect for you. That's what happens with authenticity. Let's do another one from the Mother Mary Oracle. And I'm only going to briefly show the chart for a moment because when I looked at it at first, I'm like, yeah, heavy energy all in one area. We have a Mars square Uranus energy happening, tension, push, pull. Mars, cut, sever, tie, assertiveness, anger, squaring up to the energy of Uranus, quick, sudden changes, rebellion, caution with driving, caution with getting quick to your tongue with your tongue. I know for me, it was like total realization of this energy. Oh my gosh, literally, guys. So I'm digressing because this card just came up after I just talked about letting go of alcohol and Neptune energy, Pisces energy being escapism on the low vibe. Okay. So the Mars square Uranus, again, tension, pull, Mars cut, sever, tie, anger, square Uranus. I took a hard ass fall this week in my feed room, hit the grain bucket, hit the floor, hit my back so hard. And I stood up super quick because I like, if I lay here, I'm going to seize up. It was a quick, sudden accident. And when I stood up, I literally said, wow, that fucking hurt. And let me put this too, it could have been way worse than it was. And then I just kept moving because I knew if I laid there, I was going to seize up. I was going to get pulled under in the wave, right? I was going to definitely not sit there by myself on the ground after whacking my back hard. I just got up and just started trucking away. And I'm like, you know what? Don't lay there because you'll seize up. So stagnant energy, look at it as a metaphor. I love metaphors and symbology. It was like God, universe, like put me on my ass, told me to slow down. Again, you probably noticed as well, like you're lacking physical energy. It just feels like we're treading through the water by the end of this because it's the end of Pisces season, right? Sleep's been wonky, dream state's been wonky, lots of fluid, possibly phlegm, feet aching and hurting. We're lacking direction. And now the next message. First message, self-respect from Mother Mary. Second message, as I was saying, the low vibe of this is escapism, sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. Sobriety. Clarity comes through sobriety. You will have more respect for yourself. Now, I'm not shaming people having a beverage with their meal, but to get drunk out of your mind, to be sloppy, to escape reality, to run from your truth, your authentic self, You got to have a clear mind. And this may be beneficial. As I said, we just had Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, move into Aries. We may be able to come out of that fog a little easier. Again, sobriety could be just the fog you were feeling in Pisces season, like myself, because your clear mind will be able to give you an arrow pointing forward, focus, concentrate on what you want for yourself. Boom. Those are two good things for Pisces energy. Self-respect. Don't lose yourself in others. I'm going to briefly pull up the chart if I can do it simply on here on my laptop. And yes, I can. So right here, guys, and I don't like this. I hope it's sharing. So I just want to point your attention to all of the planets, very heavy. Don't never mind the houses right now. But a lot of heavy energy all on one side of the chart. And what do we have on the opposite side? This is the only reason I wanted to bring this up. If the South Node on this particular website showed up, this North Node in Aries with Chiron, the wounded healer, asking us to head towards our authenticity, heal thy wounds, have self respect, have a sober mind, a clear mind, and a clear vision, heal that shit. The opposing is Libra, which would be over here. And that is the only thing, because all of these planets are all on one side of Earth. And the only thing opposing that is the point of the South Node in Libra, Libra's relationships, and it is a letting go. Now, this doesn't have to be an ending to a relationship that you're currently in. It could be an ending of an old way that you guys were doing things. So if you have somebody that's a mature partner who's open and willing and on their path of growing as well, this could be letting go of old ways of doing things, respecting and honoring each other's individuality. So again, like I was talking earlier, we got the sun and the moon, Pisces new moon. We have Saturn, the one that wants to anchor it down. That is, the Lord of karma. And that's what we're doing here. We're supposed to be ending karma, not creating karma. And again, every person has free will. So there's a lot of both going on right now. There's people that have, with Mars energy, cut, severed, tied relationships just because they were not comfortable being questioned, feet to the fire, having a respect and reverence for self and others, having healthy boundaries. And you could have been, boom, shown really quick, or you may still, with this Uranus energy over here in Earth, quick, sudden endings, quick, sudden epiphanies, and maybe just light bulb moments. God bless you if you're still somebody out there that's in a relationship that has, and you're not alone and you're in a relationship, that there's authenticity that's came forward, growth within the two of you. Kudos, you're probably a fucking rarity in this world by the looks of it. And again, the nodes are collective energy as well. So we're being asked with Neptune on one side to have that vision, to plant the seed, to be dreamy, to be that visionary, to be compassionate, but also at the same time, anchor it down in. And that's all about I wanted to share with the chart for this reading. So let's see. Let's draw some more messages. Let's do a couple from the twin flame journey. So self-respect is being asked at this time. Wheel of Fortune, card number 10, destined opportunities. So it's funny because it has the clock in the front of it. It has the green, which I feel is very symbolic of Pisces. The Wheel of Fortune to me, I don't read tarot, but of the Wheel of Fortune to me, I feel like it is you do your work, you have self-respect, you have a clear mind, right? Because our consciousness is everything. I'm learning more and more and more of that and correcting myself. But when you do that, you're destined on this earth plane to be able to be on the path that you're most definitely supposed to be on. And I say all the time, with it being Divine Destiny 13 about the nodes of the moon, head to your authenticity. Be sober in what you're doing. Oh my gosh. Ace of Wands, spark. So Wands energy is passion, fire. We got the Mercury energy now in a fire sign, Aries, with that. Well, now that I think about it, it's going to cross paths with that Chiron and North Node eventually. So this is the time under the new moon in Pisces to plant the seed for what you want to do, some passion for you. It could be just like, I'm now awakened. I am letting go of this. I am setting my intentions. The ace energy is something new, and it's asking you to bring that creative spark forward. And we're going to have more and more energy as we go into the equinox, where the sun moves into that fire, to be able to burn off some of the things that we've let go of, kind of dry us out after being in the ocean of Pisces, right? And the last message, Four of Wands. So we got two wands energy, foundation and commitment. This resonates with me because my home and my, not just my physical home, but my home, my vessel has been coming up huge. Again, this is transiting my fourth house as my legs are falling asleep. So four energy is like emotional foundations. Four is the home. Fourth house is the home of the moon. So, in order to create a physically strong foundation, we have to we have to have a strong foundation. What is your foundation? Do you have self-respect? And then you can honestly respect others by being authentic and truthful. Do you have a sober mind? Do you have a sober conscience? Because that's when we can plant the seeds with the ace wands energy of a passion that we want to for ourselves, right? To move forward. That's when you're getting on your destiny. That's getting on your true path with the wheel of fortune, realizing that every day is a gift, even though we go through trials and tribulations. Like, I'm so thankful today, and I've been saying this, it helps you get you out of the depression feeling that you may have been feeling during Pisces season, to no matter how you wake up in the morning, to shift that mindset. Again, that's the most powerful thing we can do in order to plant a seed of, this is a good day regardless of how I'm feeling. This is a good day. Thank you, God, universe, for allowing me another day. And that is truly powerful. But that strong foundation comes from within yourself. And if you do not have a strong foundation, I've been saying this for a long time, as we go through so many different shifts and changes in humanity. Like my girlfriend Soul Whisper just did a spirit ramble today on Soul Whisperer channel, and I love her rambles because she brings forward her fire. She's an Aries sun. She goes quiet and don't talk about it all the time, but when she brings out a ramble, I love it. And so sick and tired of the deception in the individual life, in the collective, sick and tired of the lies, sick and tired of the deception, and it starts right within us. We cannot, if we're lying to ourselves, if we don't have a sober mind, if we don't have a respect for ourselves, we're never going to have respect for others. So it starts with that. And that's how we do have a strong foundation, a house that's built on a great foundation and not quicksand, right within ourselves. We can't buckle under the pressure. Earth School of Hard Knocks isn't easy. So I'm going to summon, let's do a chakra oracle for Pisces New Moon. And plant those seeds, guys, because we are getting ready to have this. We have the new moon on the 10th. We're still going to be in this Pisces energy. Saturn is there. Neptune is there. We will have forward momentum with some of the more personal planets. Sun moving into Aries. Mercury just moved into Aries. And then the rest of the other personal planets will keep moving its way into there. Balance out, dry off. And the chakra is the impasse, solar plexus. So I love this energy. This is almost like divine surrender, arms out. I'm on the path. Again, like I was saying, I burnt the bridge behind me. I'm never looking back to that vibration again. However, I'm not quite sure where I'm going. So the impasse message is just that. And look at the moon behind him, arms wide open, trusting that if you are being authentic to yourself, you're purging, you're letting go, you're rising to the occasion of your life, this gift that sometimes don't feel like it, but it is. Changing your mindset, being okay with being just where you're at. And like I said tonight, I burnt the effing bridge behind me. I can't see the path in front of me. That's what this is right here. But I'm trusting my intuition. I'm trusting that my destiny ahead is determined by me, by my mindset first. I'm not getting lost in what others are doing. And I'm telling you, we're seeing this more and more with, like I was saying earlier, about people becoming on this path of enlightenment, awareness, integration, being very alone and isolated. But you know what? You do not want to follow the masses of asses right now. Do not be led blindly. Mm. And I'll watch what I've said because I've had strikes before. So this is the energy of trusting the journey, the destiny that you're on. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's do an I am affirmation and I'm going to close this out. Thank you so much for joining me today. Share this out to your social media because I am not on any. Tell your friends, share with your friends or not. Leave a comment, like, share, put the bell up there, hit the bell for notifications. I'm terrible about selling myself. And I think it's more because I just like doing what I'm doing. I have not transferred all of my playlist for the Inferno podcast over to my Lady Virgo channel. That is something that's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to be able to move them all because I don't even know if I have them all to transfer, but it's being worked on. The rest of them will still be here available on my Divine Destiny channel. I am safe inside myself. That is the I am affirmation. Trust yourself. Wash all the water off, all the emotions. Wash off the past. Don't forget the past. Integrate the past into the new you. Trust yourself, even when you cannot see the path forward. Be sober in mind so you have clarity. Have a self-respect for yourself. Oh my gosh. Note to younger self. I think that's it for now. Thank you again for being here with me. And until the next time, shalom, shalom.